Good morning. How are ye? I've been getting in this routine of coming down to the lake, really just any lake, at like 6-ish in the morning. And I just have been spending my first couple of hours just working at the lake in my truck. I don't know why. It's like I'm super productive those first couple of hours if I'm in a confined space. You know, like it's not a lot of space and it's not super convenient just having a computer on my lap, but for some reason I just love it. You don't have anyone in the office bothering you, and plus it's kind of fun. Like I've been legitimately just switching around. I was on Lake Susan and Chan the other morning, and it's just dependent on where I have to meet, because usually I'm meeting with crews around between 8 and 9, and it doesn't make sense, at least this week. It hasn't made sense in my mind to go all the way to Oleo and Hopkins, then drive back, and then there, back, there, and back. So, yeah, I've just been posting next to lakes. It's pretty darn nice, isn't it? But welcome to today's vlog. I'm excited to have you. This will be a longer form piece of content, which I need to do. I say it every time, but I'm gonna keep doing it. Gotta love the park. I actually think I might make that more of a habit. I think, you know, as an entrepreneur, your day is always changing. I'd like to be a lot better at structuring, but sometimes, like this time of year, in the landscaping industry, we lose a lot of guys this time of year, and we also try to hire this time of year because, well, guys go to school, and then we need more guys to finish up jobs. So that's what we're doing right now. That's what we're figuring out. So I actually have to jump in the field, but in the meantime, I am going to go check on a city job that we're putting together quick. So this is actually our first city job, so it should be interesting to see how it goes. We're just pulling up on the boys, them getting everything prepped. Everything's looking nice. Morning. Morning. They have themselves some tight quarters up there that they have to work with. Let's see what they got here. There's Arnie. He looked happy. So as I said, this is our first city job, and you can see they are not in an easy location to work in due to the fact that this is a one-way. So these guys are gonna have fun. Plow ran into this corner, ran up into here, so you can see they have to take the blocks out to about this point, and they're gonna just start restacking. Pretty fun. Oh yeah. One thing that I wasn't used to when we first started doing landscaping, and the thing that frustrated me a lot, was when things just were wrong. So we sent in pictures and dimensions to our supplier for these blocks, and that the blocks that we just got for this retaining wall. And they said what type they were, what color they were confident in it. And unfortunately, we got the blocks and we brought them here, and they're not even the same dimensions. So, a bummer. Those guys are gonna pull the wall back and start laying the ones that are still in good shape. But yeah, we're gonna have to circle back and annoyingly get new blocks. So, yeah, that's a pain in the butt. That definitely hurts our efficiency, but you know, one thing that I have come to understand is some projects go really, really good. Some projects don't go as good, and sometimes there are things out of your control that just kind of hurt progress, and you can either cry about it or you can figure out how to be better at it and make improvements and just, yeah, make it work. Here with Brad now. We're taking apart the shed. Totally something that we normally do. This is like normal landscaping.
It's nice to change it up a little bit.
That's for sure. So Brad and I are gonna try to take this down today, move this stuff out, carry this up the stairs and out, bring a new one down, reassemble it,
and sell this.
And sell it, I guess. So we're gonna take this down, starting now. Okay, looking at this base, a couple of things. It might actually be easier to see it if Brad steps on it. But you can see it, this part's okay, but sorry, it's hard for me to video and kick at the same time. But this side is pretty rotted out, and that whole side's rotted out. And then you can see this whole thing. I mean,
that's what.
Yeah, It's not really what you want. So this whole corner is probably rotted all the way along there. So what would be the right thing to do if you were gonna keep it for a long time would end up being 6x6 timbers around the outer edge, framing it and doing them probably two high on this side, 3 high on that side. So you get some height, and this is a wall. So this doesn't just flow and sit on it, and then you do 3/4 clear rock in the middle of it. But that one's kind of up to you guys, but that would be what we do, and that's what we do with other sheds. So let us know. Shed is gone. We've taken up quite a bit of it. Nice work, Brad. One thing that we weren't planning on doing is doing a new base, but as Brad witnessed, that isn't gonna work very well. We just put a new shed on this rotted out base. Kind of defeats the purpose. So, you know, the old shed might have actually been pretty close to fine, and the base, yeah, it was fine, but our client already got a new one and they're committed to a new one. But yeah, we gotta just haul the rest of this up and let them decide how they want this rebuilt. We gave them our suggestion. We'll just wait. As you can tell, we've decided to move forward with building a new base. We're going with a bunch of treated 6x6s as the outer edges. And then we got some 2x6s that are going to be running down the middle with deck joists. And then plywood goes over the top. I would have loved to just frame it in by 6x6s and then fill it with like 3/4 clear rock, but they weren't super down for that, which is fine. It just is what it is. So yeah, we're definitely not gonna have this shed built today. Dang it. But it's all right. 'Tis is what it is. That is life. If you guys didn't know, we created that putting green that Brad is standing on. Looks pretty darn decent. It looks really, really, really good. And I like it a lot. Just also, my wedding ring is nice. I was kidding. I was making fun of a little cut that isn't even noticeable to anyone but me. So Brad and I did a lot of work today. Nice job, Brad. We killed it. It's like 5 o'clock and you can see we brought down the new shed. We moved the fridge back where it started. Oh, look at this. We brought a bunch of wood down. And that doesn't seem like a lot of work. That's about 2 hours of effort right there. We have to walk a long ways. Pretty brutal. But we are gonna be back here next week. Yeah, because we just don't have time tomorrow because we are doing 410s in the company now. I'll show you our very full, just a lot of work was done. So I think it's really important to show you the upper part of this transaction that was made today as well. We cleaned up all of this area and look at, there's the old shed. Yeah, it wasn't our most efficient day because we did not plan on doing a lot of this. So we had to go buy everything. We had to pack everything up. We didn't even plan on taking out the shed. That's something they added. So we weren't prepared at all, but we got everything out of here. We got all the materials here, so it'll be easy for us to start. And legitimately, that just seems to happen quite often, that clients will change their mind and then you just have to create your own audibles to make it work, and that's fine. It's just the way the cookie crumbles, right, Bradley?
Yes.
Yes. It's about 9 o'clock, and even though it's working outside today, I'm trying to consistently work out no matter what. So even though I got home at 8 something, it just is important to keep moving. I don't know, being an entrepreneur, I get really, really bad at taking care of myself. It's just something I've been awful at forever. So I'm trying to take care of myself for at least the next year. See if I can build a habit of always taking care of myself physically. Lose some weight, get in shape, be stronger. I've never strung together a year. And even if things are tight in some parts of my life right now, and some things aren't going as well as I'd want in some of our businesses, yeah, staying focused on taking care of me a little bit. I mean, I don't really take breaks, but I do on Sundays for a couple of hours. But taking care of me by working out is a big change. Definitely a pretty place to run. I just ran around this track 8 times, so good way to end of the night. I will see you guys in the morning. Starting my day in the fashion that you don't usually want to start when you're the business owner. I'm going and meeting with a client we wrapped up their $20,000 patio job, and yeah, they want to come back, and we do a walkthrough with our client at the end of every job. And it's been a few days, actually it's been like 10 days, and they called in and they're like, we want to talk because we think the patio is too slow. Well, that's awkward for me, because it's like, oh man, how are they going to react? Are they going to be really upset? Are they going to be cool? The thing is, the reason why it's a little bit difficult is because, you know, a patio is supposed to be sloped 1.5%. all the way up to 4% if you want water to run away real quick. We probably sit in that 1 to 2% range, but with that being the case, you're looking at a slope. I mean, their patio was 20 feet wide, so their ballpark, if we were to hit the ballpark, would be like almost 4 inches to 8 inches of slope. We were probably around that 4.5 inch range over that span, but it's still, you know, even if you know you did something right, it's still uncomfortable, or you're like, this kind of stinks, then you have to go talk with someone and convince them like, hey, it is right. We're ICPI certified, and like, that's just the way it works. So never fun to have those conversations, because you always want your client to be happy, and that's just not the way I always want to start. As you can tell, it was pretty loud. Getting some much needed rain. It's only gonna be the quickest rain ever, but you can see, and even here, so that's Lake Waconia out there. This is a river bed that comes out of Lake Waconia, and you can see it's completely dry. Lake is really low, and even with all of this heavy downpour, no water coming in at all because everything's dry. You can see that this earth, grass is mighty brown, and yeah, but anything helps. And it's nice to get a little clean off. Honestly, I could have just ended the video probably a little bit ago, but yeah, I just want to say, so I did meet with that client and things turned out totally fine. He ended up being fine once we could actually talk through like, hey, you know, we are the experts. We do want to make sure you have the right slope, so your patio lasts for the next 10 years. We don't want any low spots. We don't want anywhere that water can sit. So that's all good. We're gonna go back, fix the stairs. So that's good. And you know what? Next video, Brad and I are gonna finish that shed, because I've just been tied up meeting with people. Do I look kind of nice? It's pretty rare for me, but it's actually Ashley and myself's anniversary today. So it's been 6 years. It's been a fun 6 years. I'm lucky to have her. And yeah, I don't know. I think vlogs will be getting better here around the corner. Finally got some of my GoPros figured out again. I'm sure I'll start using the drone again, all that good stuff. So we have some B-roll, some videos that are interesting to watch, and I'll work harder to make sure there's content that's worth your time. So with that, thanks for watching. Olio says goodbye to all of you, because I always got to do a little update of this place. But yeah, we appreciate you. We appreciate the support, and let's keep plugging. We'll see you next time.